Pingua.
Hey, it's Mary from Pingua. So glad you're here. In this video, I'll show you some ways to use the code from this card, Play a Sound, to add sound to your game or story. Let's look at how sound is added in the throat singing game. In this game, the different keys, the up arrow, and you can choose any key that you want, will start this sound. And here you can see all the different sounds that have been added to this game. When the left arrow is pressed, and when the right arrow is pressed, this sound 4 will start. When the space key is pressed, it will start the sound 5. There are links below to learn more about the art of throat singing and about this game, and a link to the tutorial on how to create this game by Talia from Pingua. In this Scratch project, sound is the game. Some other ways you can add sound to your game or story can be seen in this Harry Potter-like game that I'm working on. In this game, you have to fly on your broom to catch the keys for points. Each time you click on a key, a sound is played. When you have enough points, you move to a new level and a new scene in the game. Let's look at the code in the keys. So here you can see it says play sound, magic spell until done. That's the code for the first key. Let's look at the code for the second key. And here again, see when the green flag is clicked, wait until it's touching the mouse pointer, because that means when you click on that key, when it's touching the mouse pointer, it will play the sound magic spell until done. Now let's go in the backdrops and look at the other way I've used sound in this game. So go into the backdrops menu by going to the far right where it says backdrops and clicking. Here we can now see the code that I've put in for the backdrops. When backdrop switches to castle 1, play the sound door creak until done. When backdrop switches to castle 3, play the snoring sound until done. Let's go look at those backdrops. You can see the backdrop tab. And now when you get here, you can see all the different backdrops or scenes, which are levels in this game. I have 4 different levels. One of them is this door creaking as it opens into the interior of the castle. And when we look at the code, you'll see what sound plays for each one of these castle switches. So the door, the gate to the castle is castle 1. And it says when backdrop switches to castle 1, it will play the sound door creak until done, sounding like wooden doors opening. And when backdrop switches to castle 3, we'll play the snoring sound. Let's go look at the sounds. Click on the sound tab at the top, and here you can see all the different sounds I've chosen for the game. Here in the sound editor, you can see different ways to edit the sound. And let's look at the bank where you get sounds. So down at the bottom, there's a choose a sound, a plus sound button. And when you go to that one, you've got a choice between choose a sound, record a sound, get a surprise sound, or upload a sound. Let's go to choose a sound, and we can see the library that they provide for you. There are a lot of sounds to choose from here. Let's take a look in Wacky. And I see there our ta-da sound that I chose for the game. Let's look back at the code. So as you can see, every single time there's a new backdrop, which happens with the number of points. That's how you reach a new level, and you know you've reached the new level because the backdrop switches, the scene switches, and there's a sound effect for that switch. These are 3 different ways to use the code Play a Sound in your game or story. Can't wait to see what you create with the code from this card. See details below on how to submit your project. Thanks so much for watching. Meet you in the next video.